Greetings and salutations, people. Turn off that music. All right, we're painting today, folks. Get my lights going. I got some lights set up. And I got an idea. Based on current events. I've been watching way too much news, and it's not having a good effect on me or I think anybody in the world. So, let's see here. These are all works in progress, and the ones that we're pulling off the wall today. Let's pulling this one. Yesterday, I laid down the background just to get myself a basic background of what I want to do. So you can kind of already see what's starting to form here. We got sort of a landscape. We got sort of maybe a mountain range. And we got a little bit of my sky started, which I wanted to be a little darker up here, coming down a little bit lighter. Because bam smack in the middle is the inspiration of the day. So I did like a little sketch of what I wanted to draw. Let's see if I can show this here. So just a rough sketch. So I had something to like know where I need to be placing things. And I made myself some notes here, like a nerd. Reminding myself at the center here, I need to go towards red-brown, oranges, due to the presence of nitrous acid and oxides of nitrogen. You'll see where we're going with this. I'm sure some of you already can see. Alrighty. So, first, I need to lay out some colors. So why don't I give you a little view of the palette? Let me see if that's possible here. There we go. Laugenbrezel means soft pretzel in German. And that is my palette of today. So I kind of know like what colors I'm going to need. So I'm going to add a little bit more red down here because I'm definitely going to need some more red. I am going to need some of this light orange. I have to not forget about my background. So I'm going to need to bring those blues in. Even though pretty much what you see there is going to get covered up. Most of that's going to be gone. I used some browns in the earthen tones. Some browns on here. Let's see here, a little white. A little bit more earthen tones. I think I brought some green into it too somewhere. All right. Use some more yellows. And I know there are a lot of artists that say you shouldn't use black, you shouldn't use white. But sometimes, you know what? I ain't no professional. I ain't no teacher. I do this for funsies. So I always put a little black and white on the palette. And most of the time, like I'm using them to just kind of get a clear visual. And I end up covering that up anyway. But it helps me. So I got my browns. Okay, I can add anything else. So pretty much paint with acrylics. Just basic acrylics on canvas. Got a good little mixture of colors there. My palette. Got a good mixture of brushes. All of them have been thoroughly brutalized. I brutalized the hell out of my brushes. I do not treat them well. I treat them like bad ex-boyfriends. All right, let me get my aim here so you guys can see some stuff. All righty. All right. So I was thinking I wanted to do a little bit of the foreground first because I didn't really define what's going on there, and I got this like idea of like cracked earth, like You know what I'm saying? Like cracks coming out of the earth. Just kind of rough laying where I want stuff to be. I think some of that I could throw into the mountains here we're working on. Some of these mountains are going to be covered up, but I still want the hint of them in the background. So I add some color to them, bring them out, but they're going to be hidden. And yet some are going to be refracting light. Little by little, we're getting a mountain range out of that. Make some adjustments. Dressed up real fancy for this painting experience. Sweatpants, sweatshirt. All class over here all the time. I like to be comfy when I paint. Hello, Bianca. Hello, Bianca. Thanks for joining my chat. I appreciate anybody here. Last time, I think I had a total of like 6 people. I did it real spontaneously. That delighted me. It absolutely delights me that anybody tunes in. I have this little like anxiety sometimes about going into the YouTube studio. I've had it since the beginning, this like anxiety. I don't know. I'm going to go in there and see some kind of comment that's going to get me all fired up. So sometimes I'll push aside going into my YouTube studio. And yeah, that last live stream I did just like spontaneously, and 6 people popped in. Had some nice little chats. I just looked at it. It's already been viewed like 260 times. I know these are low sums compared to like big YouTubers, but I am pleased. I am pleased and thankful. I gotta pay a little bit more attention to what I'm doing here on my mountain range. I feel like I need like a darker orange and some more browns. And then I gotta clean up that sky a little bit. Let's see if I can give you, this is what we got. This is just my background I'm working with. Just in the middle here, we're gonna have a, we'll get there. Yeah, I kind of pictured the earth like cracking and breaking up. I imagine that's what would occur. So I want to get some like sharp lines, like back to the mountains here. Mountains. Bob Ross would say, happy little mountains. These mountains just minding their own damn business until the humans come along and mess everything up. You know? That's just how it goes. But right now, we're starting to lay out the happy little mountains. They're just happy little mountains. I'm trying to get some depth and texture to them, kind of a little bit of a more clear outline. And I'm trying to be brave with my brush strokes. That's something I've learned I need to do more. I tend to be too cautious, and I think that's why I sit on it's why I never complete anything, because I'm never pleased with it. Hello, Elvis 3000. I love when Elvis shows up. Again, I'm going to repeat what I said the last time. I hope you're the Elvis that I think you are. I don't know how many Elvises are in the world. Even if you're not, I'm happy to see you. But if you are the Elvis that I think you are, I'm really happy that you stopped by, and I hope you're doing well. Painting happy little mountains right now. Happy, happy little mountains. Everything's peaceful at the moment. But this painting will not end peacefully if it goes according to what my idea is. And again, the idea for this painting is just inspired by current events of the world and watching way too much news. Way too much news. My dad was a news addict. I think I got it from him. But man, there is like no good news out there right now. Okay. I need some more brown. Maybe some red. Maybe some red. Oh yeah. Could do a little red. I'm pretty sure I used some green on these mountains. Alright. Just happy little mountains. Just enjoying existing. My land here in the forefront, I gotta make it a little lighter. So like I gotta make some sharp edges again with this. I got this vision of cracked earth. I've never painted cracked earth before. So we'll see if I get successful with it. How hard can it be? I'm thinking it's a bunch of zigzags. Where the earth is crickety cracking. Come back in later and really define them. Make sure that we get some in there. And get some lighter colors towards the front as it gets darker towards the back. I need to add some water. Dilute a little bit. I want to spread this shit out here. There's just some like desert land, you know. Maybe that's what this is here. A little mountain range in the background. So I'm going with like a lighter color. Yeah. I like where we're going with this. Bring some yellow in there, some orange in there. Patty the Fly. What up, Patty the Fly? How you doing? Did you use oil or acrylic? I am using acrylics. I am the biggest fan of acrylics since I got my hands on them for the first time in high school. I love acrylics. Oils are just, oh my God, number one. Paints are expensive, but acrylics you can find kind of affordable. And with oils, you need the chemicals, and there's the stank, and I don't need to be messing with chemicals or stank. So, yeah, acrylics. I am painting with acrylics on a basic canvas that you can pick up at any old art shop, hobby shop, artsy fartsy type location. Basic canvas. Yeah. All right. And I paint very ADHD, so you'll see I jump around a lot. The same thing with the other stuff. I jump around. I get an idea, I jump on it. Okay, but I need to start bringing in some darker brown there because we're going to the back. Maybe some more red. I like the red. I need some green. I gotta put green in there too. So let's get a good line back here. Some more water. Some more brown. Still in CAD training. All right. Well, I wish you much luck with your training there. So we're starting to see like where the flatlands turn into the mountains. I don't know why I had the urge there to make that rhyme, but that had to happen. So here we go. Bringing out some more mountains. Because then my attention deficit butt is going to get onto that sky. Because I hate how the sky looks right now. All I did was lay just like a little bit of where it should be light, where it should be dark. And the outline of the mushroom cloud I plan on painting. Also, I make my own music at the moment. Oh, good. Making music is a great thing. If you got the talent, put that art out into the world. Music heals people. Music is important. Always believed in supporting artists. Oh, I like that. Red is like giving me a nice outline. I think that kind of goes with the apocalyptic idea that I have here. Oh yeah, I'm bringing more red in. I like how that looks. That's often how I paint. Like, what'll happen if I do this? And sometimes I like it. Sometimes I hate it. For me, the most important thing is that I enjoy. I just enjoy watching the colors like change. I enjoy watching forms appear out of various movements. I neglected this poor mountain back here. He got nothing on him, that poor mountain. Let's give him some lighter colors too. Poor guy. All right. I'm getting a little bit of a clear mountain range. I like this. Kind of work off what's on that brush. Sloppy painting. Since I'm trying to do braver paint strokes, I'm going to do more sloppy painting. It's just what I'm going to do. We got some viewers. We got some likes. I really appreciate you folks for being here. I appreciate you being in the chat, giving me a little like. Just taking a little look-see. I'm going to get a little bit brave with my little dab in here, but I need to start seeing some form. And I need to start making the inner of how I think this mushroom cloud's going to look. I looked at some pictures online of mushroom clouds and what they look like, and that was interesting. This is why I made the notes for myself. What was interesting was the majority of the photos that society knows of, they were black and white. So everybody thinks they're like gray. And it said in actuality they're not. There's sort of like a reddish, orangish, brownish haze, I guess, here towards more the inside. No, it's gonna come down like this, and then it's gonna have a big kaboomy here, but then there should be like an extra. There's an extra, it's got like the mushroom shape, right? But there's always that extra ring there, like that's the sweet spot. We gotta get that in there. So yeah, and I'm guessing the way I'm going to work this is the rest of the clouds, I'll just do like regular clouds where I'm just kind of like puffing around and mixing the white with the blue that's in the background, but also not forgetting that there's clouds in the background. It's going to be a little tricky for me. Just reading some comments here. I'm not good with music theory. I'm more of an ear and emotion musician. I also try to paint acoustically. How does one paint acoustically? Do I paint acoustically? I don't know anything about music theory. I don't know anything about like if you go to school and study that stuff. I just know I like creativity. You know, I can relate with it. I tend to be a creative person and want to like make things. And so I get it, even though like writing a song or playing an instrument is a little bit different than painting. I get that personality, but I don't know anything about like, I wish I could have gone to an art school, but I probably would have hated it because I hate schools. I never was good at school stuff or institution type locations. Music theory. I don't. I recently, you say music theory. I started looking up a little bit about color theory, and I'm hesitant to even say this because I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, honestly. But I've been experimenting with like things in that direction, but I have to do it informally. If I had to sit in a class and someone was telling me, I would be annoyed. I'd be annoyed and I'd be distracted by other things. But I started looking and using like a color wheel. Apparently, there's some significance to this color wheel and its layout and using the colors opposite of it. So I've just recently started experimenting with that. But definitely, like 95% of me painting is I'm just having fun, you know? Like I'm just kind of messing around on the canvas and seeing what happens. And I thoroughly enjoy that. Like in the same way somebody enjoys sitting there and playing a video game, you know, which I do too sometimes. But all right. So that's giving me a little bit of a clearer view of what I'm working with here. I want this somehow looking like boom, you know. I think I gotta go with like strokes, like that. Yeah. Brave strokes. Brave. I need to be braver. Yeah, that gives me a better visual. And then this down here bluey is gonna be like. That was one thing missing with Bob Ross. He didn't give us sound effects. So down here we got a little. I didn't bother to like arrange my camera either. Like last time I arranged it so the good side of my face was aiming towards the camera. Today I've gone with just hiding my shitty side of my face with my hair. Patty the Fly says, listen to my music, my bad English. I mean, is your English really that bad? I feel it. Do you know how many Germans say to me, my English is very bad? And then they proceed to tell me something incredibly intellectual in English, sounding like a professor with even a hint of a British accent. I think many Germans are kind of like perfectionists on themselves in that way. Like I was able to order a beer in German and find the toilet and have a little chit chat. I spoke German. But nah, Germans want to have it perfect and take a test and pass a test. And yeah. You don't have to be perfect. It's all about communication. But if you are going to sing an English song and your English isn't good, like why? Why not sing in your own language? Like for real, why? Because you say this. I don't want to, but I remember being dragged to these concerts of cover bands when I lived in the south of Germany, when I lived in Franken. Na, da gewinnen wir mir auch in der Google Übersetzer. Du kannst auch Deutsch schreiben. You can gladly speak to me in German. Kannst auch auf Deutsch was fragen. We can mix the German and the English here. But what was I saying? Yeah, I remember when I lived in the south of Germany getting dragged out. The big thing to do often on the weekends down there, what those folks did is they went and saw these cover bands. And they had like their favorite cover bands. And they were local cover bands. Did I mention I'm not really a fan of cover bands? But anyway, I was foreigner, making friends, trying to do cultural things, and I wanted to do what they do, and just trying to be one of us. And okay, so I saw some cover bands that definitely had some talent, as far as if you consider talent just basically playing somebody else's creation. So you're a little better than a radio. I said what I said. But there was this chick had a beautiful voice. She had one of those female singing voices that was like kind of rough, and she used it well. Like, she had really a great voice. I think she even made it onto one of those cheesy music TV shows here in Germany, one of those something or others. Wie du magst, ik nu in mijn English wenigstens aanrekenen te verbesseren. Wie du willst, Patty. Du kennst English, du kennst Deutsch, du kennst wie du willst. Anyway, it was a pity because this woman chose to sing it was mostly like poppy music, which I'm not a big fan of pop music. However, I love music, and I often have a tendency to sing along with whatever's playing. And somehow I learn lyrics really quick. I just enjoy it. I just enjoy it. So found myself at this cover band, and they're telling me how great this band is, and that they're going to be on German television. And this chick, she sang like at least 3 songs I knew and liked. I want to say one of them was definitely, I think she chose 2 Pink songs. You know Pink, the singer Pink? Well, as pop as Pink is, man, I like her. Number one, she's from Pennsylvania. She's a hometown girl. But she's got that kind of a voice, a little bit raspy, And this cover band's singer, she had a very similar voice, so it was a good singer. If that's what you're gonna do is cover other people, she found the artist that she sounded most like. So okay, I guess if that's how you make your money. But so I'm trying to have a good time. I'm there with new friends. Again, I'm the outsider. This is their hoedown and fun stuff. And I'm singing along, and I shit you not, this woman got like about every 5th, 6th word wrong. And not just wrong, like there were several moments where I'm singing along because I like it, and I realized she didn't even just like screw up the lyrics. She just went, she just made a noise. Like, she just made a noise. Like, that's not even a word. Oh my God. Come on, the Schweiz, ein Jimi Hendrix Coverband live gesehen. Die waren besser als Hendrix. You know what? I bet I know what band you're talking about. Band. It's a guy. Right? And he does look a lot like Hendrix, smaller guy. I think I know who you're talking about. And you're right. I think I saw them more than once. I think I know who you're talking about, the Jimi Hendrix cover band. That's funny. Small world. There is a guy that tours a lot around Germany. I think he does Holland, Belgium too, Austria, all that. And he is talented on the guitar and singing, the Jimi Hendrix. I'm wondering if that's the same guy. I can't remember his name. I saw him for sure in Schweinfurt, Germany, when I lived near there. And I talked to the dude for a little bit. Wow, that's like a fuzzy memory. That feels like so long ago. But yeah, who am I to judge, right? Like, who am I to judge? I'm just personally not really a fan of a cover band. Like, I love music, and if there's music playing, I'll listen to it. I may even sing along with you. Will I pay money to go see a cover band? No. I can put on my radio for free. For free. And it doesn't annoy me like what I've seen sometimes here in Germany with cover bands, where it's like you had one job as the singer. You had one job. You had one job. You didn't have to tune an instrument. You didn't have to, get your fingers ready or work on stamina. Like, you just had to learn some lyrics. And this lady was up there singing a Pink song. And like just for example, like that song, "You're just like a pill." Like, she was really like, "You dibbity doo boo." Like, I was like, well, those aren't even words. But yeah, so that's where I say, Patty the Fly, since we're communicating here. If Why are you making music if you don't think you sound good doing it or whatever? It's probably not bad, but I mean, is it just like more fans? Like, it's more possible to get more people to listen, probably, if it's in English? All right, so you see where we're going here with our mushroom cloud. Before I get too in detail in that, I gotta clean up that sky. I am not pleased with that sky. I imagine I want some of it a bit lighter. I'm probably gonna go too light at first and hate it and have to come back in with dark, but that happens. Vorher bin auch nicht so Fan von Coverbands. Die Schweizer waren mir in Urlaub passiert. Ich habe aber das Gefühl, in manchen Regionen hier in Deutschland sind Coverbands beliebt. Like, that's a normal, yay, let's do that on Saturday. And I was just like, oh, okay. If I have to, that's what we're doing. Okay, this looks sloppy. We're just gonna get some of this light blue in here. And maybe I can work that also into some clouds in the background. This is a canvas I've painted on like probably at least 10 times. 10 times. Cover it up. Start something new. Cover it up. Start something new. But again, that's why the hobby's cheap for me. If I can just reuse my canvases. Happy little sky. All right. And you got clouds going on in the background. Beyond our mushroom clouds now, nature is still attempting to persist. Even though man is there just pissing all over it. There we go. Behind our mountain range, blend that a little. I should probably put some yellow in there. And in the earths, I gotta get a little bit more. Get some greens down in here, I think. I don't know. I don't think I want to do too many greens. If I'm doing like a burnt and cracked earth, maybe I need to make some more cracks, give myself some more definition here of what I'm working at. So if the kabloomity bloom is here, right? So here is where we have the beginning of the destruction. I'm just putting some markers there. This will maybe turn into smoker rocks. We'll see. And from that, I'm gonna have the earth breaking, right? It's just gonna be cracking up and breaking. Some happy little destruction. That's what we're doing. Just some happy little destruction. And you just put the cracks wherever you want them. Channeling my inner Bob Ross again. Maybe here the earth just started to break. It couldn't handle the explosion, so it cracked. I imagine that dust is going to be a lot darker at the bottom, so I could probably start the outline of that cloud that's down here like that. At the same time, maybe I can go this a little loop, loop, loop. A little more definition there. Sky goes like that. There's something there and there. Mountain range. I like painting mountain ranges. I should have done that when I have the light on the top. Right. So we got a beginning of a scorched and cracked earth here. I'm pretty pleased with it. Need some more of this. And then maybe these little ones. All right, destruction. I have used a lot of brown here. Top off, I'll take a dark brown. Make a little bit of that earth in the back, kind of dark, going up into the mountains. Where some shadows are. Right. I like the red. Make sure to keep that red in there. Right. Happy little mountains, minding their own business. Just be in nature. Just existing. Much like all of the wildlife that would be living in them. Let me read here. Ich mag meine Musik und ich mag sie, um meine Gedanken und Emotionen zu kanalisieren. Ich bin ein Level weit weg von Profi-Musik, aber halt euch extrem gegenübergreifend. So it sounds like you view your music the same way I view my painting, Patty the Fly. You do it because you do it for you. You do it because it makes you feel good. You do it because it makes you feel good, she said, and then she went back to work on her mushroom cloud. So a little bit more into that background. I love this dark blue. Is that not just the prettiest blue ever? It's such a pretty blue. Don't want to use too much of it because it's very overpowering. I like the effects. Too much water. What did Bob Ross tell us? They're just happy little mistakes. Can work with them. So bring some of that same color right down here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, look at that. Boom. I can still work with that. So I just want to kind of place some of this up here. Somehow I placed it before and it came out looking purple. It's probably just because this background has been a million other colors. Yeah. And I want some of it towards the clouds. Yeah. So it kind of like really makes them stand out and pop. Now I'm going to put just a little bit of the light blue next to the dark blue. Yeah, I feel you on that, Patty. You know, create just because it feels good. You're a creative person. I like that. Whoop. 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 And then we're going to just like this. Just like that. And you know what we got coming in there? We got some clouds in the background. That's what we got there. This little slip, slap, drag. Take that light blue, drag it up a little bit. That's a pretty sky. Nature just being nature. That's about what I'm going for. A little bit of the. I like to do this like on my paintbrush, like mix the two. I find with like if I'm trying to make in the background clouds, they're just kind of like long lines that kind of blend with the blue. It's a fun way to do it. Again, with like because you see it forming before your eyes. And if you like it, you leave it. And if it's not perfect, you just blend it. Blend, blend, blend. It makes a nice sky effect. So down here, I want a little bit of that dark blue, but I want more of that light. And that dark blue, I'm going to just near where the mushroom cloud's going to end. Kind of like that. I need a little bit more of the dark. Right. Find a little there. There we go, getting the form there. Right. Now we're good. Blue sky, pretty little blue sky. It was just a normal day. When mankind got involved. Yeah, I've been watching way too much news. So art can be like a little bit of therapy to process your fears. I think I said it before in the other live stream. Like, rather than neglect my channel, I thought, I'll come on here and do this now and then. I'm still like in my personal life waiting on all kinds of crap. All kinds of crap. Hopefully a lot of that will be coming to an end soon and I'll have some peace. Paintbrush is too wet. And I can get working on some video ideas I got. And that's kind of what I'm going for. Just like blue here. Yeah. All right, so the photo I looked at, which I think was a color photo, and I think I got paint on my damn sleeve. I do that a million times a day. I think the picture that I got this visual from, I had the idea, I kind of want to try to paint that. And then so I started Googling around to look for pictures of these. Damn it, that pisses me off when I do that. That's all right. Paint over it. Just blend it in, paint over it. Maybe I'll turn it into a stone. But the picture I found I landed on, I think it said it was from Bikini Atoll. I don't know if any of you ever heard of Bikini Atoll. You can Google it. I think that's where SpongeBob SquarePants is from. Don't want to sound too American, but it's where they did nuclear testing. Who's they? Who's that? Who else? Who else does this kind of stuff? Russians? Nope. The Chinese? Nope. It was the Americans. So I think the visual that I used to then do my little sketch from, and now I'm attempting to paint. I think that this took place on some island. I think it's in the South Pacific. Correct me, please, if I'm wrong. Bikini Atoll. And I'm pretty sure I don't have to do research to find out that it was stolen land by colonizers. Don't need to do much research these days. Seems like it's just pretty much everywhere in the Western world. But that's another topic. Yeah. So bring some light blue into that cloud. Here I need to work on the effect. It really looks like it's Go boom down here. How am I going to do that? Maybe some red. Maybe some red to where it's the initial boom. No, I'm thinking it's going to come up like that, but it's also going a little like this, right? Like, and then it's going to shoot up. So there's reds up in here. That's what it said, because of nitrous oxide and shit. I think this is going to be a little lighter, though, just to give it some depth. And so here it's going to be like boom, 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 boom. But I need some other colors. I need some yellow. I'm going to be careful. I don't really want to blend the yellow yet. I don't want that necessarily to be an orange yet. Bring some of that here. There we go. Now we're starting to get there. I love the color red, man. I've been using so much of the color red. It's ridiculous. Bikini Atoll is well known, right? Isn't it? Isn't it where SpongeBob is from? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they destroyed that. It's an island, right? And like I'm pretty sure it's like not inhabitable now because toxic and crap. Because humans, right? And correct me if I'm wrong in the chats. I kind of just wanted to see if I could paint that mushroom cloud. I had that idea, you know. I worry about our future when I see the state of affairs in the news. And sometimes my paintings are just inspired by what I'm feeling or working on fears or just for freaking funsies. This one I had the idea and I went the nerd route and I Googled around a little bit. Apparently not all mushroom clouds are man-made. Didn't know that either because science and physics, which I didn't really pay attention to in school. But so I found a couple different examples of types of mushroom clouds. I even found some like cool paintings where people were like actually making them look like mushrooms. I liked that. I could see me turning this into that too. It looked neat. Right. That ring here. We can't keep forgetting this ring here. I'm sure there's a physics reason for what this ring is and what it's called, but I liked it. I liked how it looked. The aesthetic, I guess, is the word, right? There. Why don't we let them do stuff like this? Like, that's a serious question I just want to throw out there. Like, I mean, any common man could come up with a million better things to spend money on. Why do we let them do stuff like this? I don't. Why? I mean, I know people believe the like defense, but man, come on, pay attention to history. Why the fuck do we let them do things like this? And then they do it on like land they stole. They just completely disrespect other cultures and shit like that. Just what world do we live in? Depressed Girl Paints. Welcome to my channel. I'm an American living in Germany. Had a brain tumor. Worried about the world. Yeah. One more definition there. Because you got to have the dark to bring out the light. So we got this stuff here kind of popping. I paint with my fingers a lot. Very big on that. If you ever happen to work at a store or a kiosk in my area and I walk in, I am not a filthy hobo. I just paint and sometimes forget to wash my hands before I leave the house. I paint with the red a lot. I can't tell you the times I go to the store and then my finger is just like blood red. Like it looks horrible. It looks like I got some weird ass infection or injury. So yeah, today we are painting a man-made mushroom cloud, which I read is going to have hints of orange and such in it because of nitrous oxide. Fun facts you learn when you look up painting ideas about destruction. Humans really are creative with that stuff. Let me get some orange, get some yellow. I think I wanted to get lighter towards the outside. In here is where it's supposed to have that nitrous physics reaction that I read about that I don't fully understand because all I got was an American basic public education, but yet somehow I am fascinated to now. Something happens in there with some nitrous oxide or some shit, which makes it have these kind of glowing colors to it. And I assume all of this is like useless after this, right? Like this is worth it though. Somebody looked at that and said, that's what we need to do. That right there. Oh yeah. I need to get a little braver with the yellow here, yeah. Gotta get braver with my paint strokes. It's definitely where I go wrong, is I don't get brave enough. Let's get a little more yellow. All right. I see we're getting where we're getting somewhere. I don't know where we're getting. We're getting Bikini Atoll. Bikini Atoll. So yeah, that kind of surprised me that the last live stream that I did again for funsies, a bunch of people watched it afterwards. That just really surprised me. So if anybody has any questions or any ideas, I paint just for fun. So if somebody has a funny idea, it challenges me. I'm working on teaching myself. I mean, I've always been drawing and painting and such, but I've been trying to teach myself since becoming disabled and being stuck at home. Painting is a damn lifesaver, I'll tell you that. As far as my mental well-being, which is not well. Painting is there for me. It's a distraction. We've got horrible rain here. It's again this like time of year here where I have more skull pains because they cracked into my skull. Now I really sound like a crazy artist. I like when it gets real stormy and these gale force winds. Again, I can't explain the physics behind it, but right here where they went into my head, man, it feels like there's a vice on my head, and it's just like, it's like crushing my damn skull. And sometimes on those days, I will give up and I end up just being in bed. And I hate that. I hate it. No matter how shitty I feel, I hate that. I feel it reinforces this I feel worthless type feelings, you know? Sometimes if I can just do something like this, and at the end of the day, I can kind of look at it and be like, I did something. Gives me a little bit of a better feeling. All right. I think I need some more hints of green in the background. They're going to be real subtle and not real visual, but I need them, I think, for like some like definition. Yeah, let me get that wet. We just wet up some green. Let's do some here, like at the base of the mountains, you know, just a little bit. And over here too, just a little bit at the base. I might even cover that up because I feel like we're going for more. I think in the picture though, I saw some green on those mountains. I got artistic license, I think it's called. I can throw in a little bit of whatever I want. But I need some, and I'm picturing these mountains in the end. Once I've got the real shape of them and everything, I'm gonna make sure they all have like highlights from the explosion, like highlights of a light orange, a light yellow. Einen Regen habe ich hier auf 2 Stunden später. Yes. We had so much rain in this region. I swear to God, I think I moved to Britain sometimes. Seattle, the Seattle of Germany. I don't know. It's depressing. It's demotivating, and it makes my skull hurt. I used to tell people I have a headache, and I really felt like that wasn't explaining to these people what was going on with me physically. So, like, I tell people I feel like my skull is crushing my brain now. My skull hurts. I couldn't feel my skull before this operation to take the tumor out of my head. But I literally have days, today is one of them. I can feel it. I swear to God, I feel where they went in. And so many years later, it's really kind of baffling to me. But my doctor said it's actually normal in a variety of like major operations and bone breaks. People reporting with weather changes or even before weather changes that they get feelings or pains or tickles or something in the location of said bone break or operation. Oh, thank you. Patty said über das Bildschirm sieht das Bild jetzt sehr schön geil aus. Dankeschön. I can give you a little bit of a closer look. And remember, no judging when it's a work in progress. But you see the idea I'm going for? We're gonna have, like, I want the earth to be all cracked down here. And like I said, what I read online, this inside area, as opposed to most pictures we see of these explosions, where they're usually like black and white photos, that I read online that it's gonna have to have a red brown kind of colors due to the presence of nitrous oxide and oxides of nitrogen. I just like saying that because I sound smart when I say that. Do I fully understand it? It goes boom. That's what I understand. And sometimes I like that. I like the research, you know? Like before I painted Medusa over there. You see Medusa. How do I do that? There. Da. With the little snakes on her head. I just woke up one morning and I wanted to paint her. Like, first, my brain, the attention deficit, it goes through many different levels and thought processes before it lands on what I end up doing. But I had this, like, I wanted to do goddess, like a goddess. Throughout history, there are many female gods before freaking Christianity came along. Anyway, I wanted to paint a goddess. So I started like reading about varieties of different pagan goddesses, Greek goddesses and stuff that existed. And honestly, I didn't find anything that was really catching my attention of what I wanted to paint. And I landed on Medusa. She wasn't a god. She was called something else. I can't remember the damn word. But it was interesting. So I'm sitting here at 6 a.m. drinking coffee, looking up goddesses to paint, descriptions of them, and seeing what inspired me. And I landed on Medusa because I didn't know her story. I think we've all seen Medusa. She's got every right to be grumpy, Patty the Fly, calling her grumpy Medusa. She apparently she's a victim of a jealous broad. Dead serious. She is Medusa, from what I read, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of this story. I am not a historian. I just sometimes like to play one on TV. But Medusa, apparently she had like an affair with somebody and it pissed off Athena. And Athena is the one that took this beautiful maiden that some man wanted. Some man wanted her. Your problem is with that man. Your problem is not with the beautiful maiden. Yeah, and out of vengeance, because Medusa had a little tryst with someone, the curse was laid upon her to have snakes for hair. And I felt like, man, Medusa got a raw deal. Unfortunately, I have not made her as pretty as I wanted to make her yet. Yes, she looks very grumpy, very unhappy, but I think I would be grumpy and unhappy too if I had the story that she had. And so like the whole time I'm painting it, I'm thinking of like what I read and the story's playing over in my head. And she's not done yet. Like I said, everything on my wall is like works in progress. My goal is though I want to show some of her beauty. I feel like she's always represented in artwork as not being like really beautiful. She's a gorgon, right? She's a gorgon. That was the word. I was trying to explain that to a friend of mine the other day, and I didn't know. Sagt ihr auf Deutsch Gorgonen? I was telling my friend, he's a French speaking African, but we both speak German, and we're here, and I'm saying to him Gorgon in English. And I'm like, I don't even know what that is in German. I'm trying to explain to him. I'm like, she's not a god. I didn't know how to explain what a gorgon is. But yeah, I felt like after I read her story, she got a raw deal and it made me want to paint her. I felt bad for her and I will come back to her. I like her. I like her very much. Angry guy, I'm not pleased with him. I was working on my angry guy up there all morning. And I'm mad at him. I don't like him. He's got funky eyes going on. Let's get back to work on this. As far as the ads go on this, I again not really knowing what the hell I'm doing or if I'm doing it right. When I set up this live stream, I put them on the minimum. I don't know what that means, and I don't know how many ads are being thrown at you as you're watching this. Any advice on that would be appreciated. I got no clue what I'm doing. All right, I'm not going to do too much more. I swear in that Bikini Atoll picture, I saw green in those mountains. I think, yeah, I'm thinking Pacific Islands. There's going to be some green in there. I'm not even going to bother with trees. You know why? Because trees are going to be destroyed anyway, right? I think as soon as this happens, everything is just like, so mountains would remain. So we'll make sure we get them in there real clear. I did find it interesting in the photo, the colored photo that I looked at, like the sky behind it still looked like it wasn't lit up and glowing in some toxic color or something. Like it you could see the sky behind it, like a little bit of darkness towards the top and lighter towards the bottom, but it looked like just another beautiful summer day. I was like, oh dang. I think I expected, like in the same way here, I'm going to try to do like a glowing effect of this nitrous oxide or whatever it's telling me is making reddish brown colors on the inside. I thought that the sky would also be like discolored, but in this photo it showed a blue background, so I'm going with that. All right, make it a little smoother. The darker at the top, you know, like a globe, because we're all playing along with the round earth theory. I'm just kidding. I am not one of them. Auf Deutsch heißen sie Gorgonen und ein Tochter von Meeresgötten und reden dir bloß nicht ein, du hattest kein Talent. Oh, Dankeschön. I mean, if it was talent that I had, Patty, wouldn't I be making money off of this? I'm not. Nobody's like, oh, I gotta get me one of them Armstrong paintings. Actually, one guy contacted me, and I had said that by the beginning of this year I would get an Etsy account going where you could buy it. And I set up that Etsy account and I deleted it within 24 hours because all it did was have scammers contacting me. That was annoying. And I had to pay for that. It's only a few cents, but man, I ain't even got a few extra cents. I'm paying to set up a place to sell. Maybe when I start getting some things done, I'll make a video. I'll show them off. And if any of y'all like them, I'll put them on like the eBay Kleine Anzeige here in Germany, or I could do something like email I could set up an email, I guess. I love this blue so much. We need it to define that, and then how I want the sky. I need the darker blue, kind of like it's coming to like here, right? It's gonna be here. Yeah, and it's gonna be like here. Got brave with them paint strokes. And then let's get some more of that blue up here. Maybe build it into the cloud. I like that in the cloud. It looks neato. I just love that blue. I use it too much. It's like I go through these phases. That red, that blue. I have a little showing through here. Showing through here. Making some. Yeah. And maybe a little darker towards the mountains. That dark blue, bring that in there. Kind of make the mountains pop a little bit, like they have a shadow. Oh, I like that. Let's do a little bit more of that dark blue in the mountains. I like how that looks. That was too much. Damn it. Try to be brave with the paint strokes, but then I get too brave. It could give the hint, the dark blue, it could give the hint of more mountains behind those mountains, I guess. Yeah. Carry down. Just for a little definition. But I need more of that blue here. That blue, I need that blue. It was really a beautiful sky in the photo I saw. I look at sunrises often in the morning and I get inspired. Like I want to paint. I don't even think I can paint some of the pretty sunrises I see. I see pretty sunrises from being in a shitty city in Germany, shitty nowhere city with bad weather. I see some pretty sunrises out there in the morning with like pinks and purples. And I just want to paint that. I don't have the goal of making like a masterpiece painting or even having the arrogance of thinking that it'll turn out perfect. I just want to do it. Like I like to just take the colors and go, oh, and look at that. Like just one brave stroke. Boom, that looks beautiful. Boom. Yeah, I love that blue. Let's do another one of those up here. It's a little too dark for my taste up here. I want it to shine, but still be a dark blue, darker than what's going on at the bottom. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm much happier with this sky than I was when we began. And that what we started with, I worked on that for many hours. Work is not a fair word. It doesn't feel like work. It's very pleasurable. I did for hours. I laid it because I thought, okay, that'll at least make it a little. It's kind of boring, the whole process of painting the background, you know? So I thought, since I'm still learning with doing these live streams, it was a good idea on my own yesterday when I didn't feel like filming or nothing to sit here and just work on the background, like from my sketch. Where do I want what to be? How big does it need to be in proportion to? And look at the pictures online. Okay, so here we want a little darker. A little darker back here. I'm gonna come in at the end, even though I'm putting dark in there just for definition. I'm definitely gonna be putting lighter highlights, like how I was smearing this light yellow. I am almost pleased with my sky. Almost. We're almost there. And then I need some of that light blue mixed with that. I gotta wet that. I gotta blend that a little. There we go. I think we're about there with the background of that sky. Much better than what I started with. Oh shit, I got too much on my paintbrush. Damn it. No mistakes. Happy little mistakes. Happy little mistakes. There we go, that light blue right up against it. Right like that. Normally when I'm sitting here painting, I got something on in the background. Educational documentary. Love those. But sometimes also just have like trashy American TV. I love that crap. Like the talk shows and crap. Normally I need like a background noise. So honestly, this is slightly uncomfortable, this whole live streaming without like music or something in the background. Oh, I'm liking this sky. So it's darker than the picture I used for reference, but I am just thoroughly enjoying laying these blues down, and I'm really liking how they look. So hopefully pretty soon I'll be settled down on them a bit and let them dry. Because the stuff looks different once it dries. That's the thing. Got to remember that too. Can't tell you how many times I painted something and thought, wow, and I hang it up on the wall and I'm laying in my bed later looking at it and I go, what the hell? But after it dries, it's also nice then to lay a fresh coat on top. Like then to start on top of it, you have a different, like a different view of it then, and the colors lay differently on the already dry colors. Right now I got just a little bit of that blue, only a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of smear it around here for depth. You know, those mountains, they got rocks and crap in them. They're not perfect little humps. Yeah. I don't like that there. I need a different kind of brush. I need like a pointy kind of like I can draggy kind of paintbrush. And I'm going to take a little yellow and a little bit of white. If I smear it, I feel like if I smear it, it'll look more like smoke. Yeah. So I used to have nightmares of this stuff when I was a kid. So maybe I'm doing this for my inner child. I used to wake up having nightmares. I'd look out my window and see something like that going on. I was a strange child. Has the depressed gal listened to Ren yet? I highly recommend it. Last time I was in your stream. I don't remember. I don't know. Ren? Not like Ren and Stimpy? Or who was that band? If you steal my sunshine. That was Len. Len. Do I need to Google this? It's music. Ren music. Ren? Oh, color wheel is still in there. Ren Gill? Is that who you're talking about? I'm sorry if I don't remember. I have a real shit memory. Ren, sick boy murderer. Okay, wait. Here we go. Ren, don't want to play. Don't want to get copyright striked. Money game. Wait a second. Okay, I'll leave this open. I'm assuming this is who you mean. This guy looks... Money Game, Sick Boy, the illest of ours, the hunger, the murder. Is that... Do I get the right... Ren Gill. Okay, yeah, no, I had the wrong person. Some... Ren Gill. Yeah, no, this is him. I did have the right thing. Okay, so he does just call himself Ren, though, on YouTube. How did I not look at this up? Okay, I got his channel here on YouTube. I'll leave it open. And this time I promise to watch it when it's over. I can't put it on now because, you know, I'm stealing his art from my own live stream, you know. His first song we listened to is Hi Ren. What do you like about him? Does it say anything about him? It doesn't. He doesn't have an about section. Like when I read the illest of our time, I worry because I don't know if he's German, if it's German rap. Ugh. Oh no, but I see, wait a second. I see he's playing instruments here, guitar. All right, I'll check this out when I'm done. He looks creative. He looks strangely familiar. Where's he from? Ja, aber woher kommt er? Is this eine Deutsche oder is this... Ren is an interesting name. Is Ren a real name? I thought with Ren and Stimpy that stuff was made up. I'd be happy to know that Ren's a real name. Is there eine Deutsche, Patty? Oh, I guess you're answering yeah. I guess that yeah is for that. Okay. Huh. I have his page open, and I will check it out when we're done here. And then I'll let you know in the next live stream what I thought of him. I'll be honest. I could be kind of judgmental, I guess, about music. But really, like, I recognize I'm not in any position to judge anybody musically. And I do like a good mix, you know? Like, in my younger years, I kept myself limited. I was more into, like, punk and hardcore and stuff, but I'm into a lot of different stuff. I got lucky and I was exposed to a lot of different types of music. And so I like a good mix because I was exposed. With that yellow, I went too yellow right there. That's all right. We're going to blend this in. Again, I'm just lightening up the front of the building, the painting. Just going to light it up here. Keep them cracks. And bring in some more light colors more towards the front here. Get a little definition. It's got to be blended. Carry it over because I put too much water on it. Happy little mistakes. We just blend them in. So I just placed some lighter colors, some yellows, some whites, some oranges, and now I'm just kind of blending them in. And I'm hoping to just get some definition of this desert earth that is cracked and destroyed because humans suck. That's why. That's what we're working on today. Human beings. Oh, I like that orange. I'm going to bring that back in over here too. Over here too. Yeah, I like that. Cracked desert earth. Yeah. That's what I want. I'm liking this. Now we're starting to get there. I didn't want to go in too much with the orange because I imagined in my head at the end, it's this precise color that I'm going to use here to show like the lighting from the explosion, you know, on these mountains. But I mean, the ground would be lit up too, so we got to bring some of it down there. My cat is now screaming from the bathroom for a drink. What timing. I got one of them cats that at some point in his life got spoiled and really enjoys fresh water from the bathtub. And he will go into the bathtub and he will sing the song of his people until I come in and turn on the faucet, but in ever so a gentle trickle. It has to be a perfect stream for this cat. He's calling me right now, so I might have to take a break. How long have we been on? Let's see. Oh, I've already done an hour and 20 minutes. I thought, maybe I could get in 2 hours. A little more boom, because the boom's gonna shine there. The boom's gonna shine there. The boom's gonna shine here. Da. Da. Da, as the Germans say. Da. 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 Oh, the Germans. It's the worst. It's the worst German holiday time of year, people. Do you know that? Do you know what's going on over here in Germany right now? It's the worst. Every time this shit happens, I think of the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Every time this German holiday comes around, I think of the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And if you've never seen the movie, it's a great movie. Johnny Depp plays a real-life character, a writer, Hunter S. Thompson, who had a really interesting life. And the particular scene that I think about this time of year in Germany, in that movie, it's a scene where they're in Las Vegas and they're going into a casino known as Circus. I actually stayed at this casino. I might have told this story. I'm already feeling like, did I tell this story? Anyway, in that scene, the main character, Hunter S. Thompson, and his lawyer friend, the Samoan, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. They are walking into Circus Casino, and they are, let's just say, highly intoxicated. And Circus is an actual casino that exists there in Las Vegas. It's actually one of the more affordable hotels you can stay in towards the end of the strip. And its theme is, as you would suspect, a circus. So it's madness. And you can imagine if you're highly intoxicated on different substances, like the character in this film, it's frightening. You've got the lights going on, clowns, a woman on a unicycle, like stuff from every direction. And as he's walking into this madness, just trying to keep himself together, he says the infamous line of something like, "This is what the world would be like if the Third Reich had won World War II." And he's so right. If anybody that has ever witnessed Carnival in Germany, oh my God, I hate it. Make it stop. And it's right around my birthday. My birthday's next week. Not like I was going to go and do anything, but it's just like, ugh. Don't like it. Had some bad experiences at it. I don't understand. It really pisses me off how many Germans think that like a culture is a costume. And also, like, when I was new here in Germany, I tried to do everything. I wanted to immerse myself in the culture and the history. I wanted to learn it all. I wanted to do it all. I wanted to go to every fest. And man, this is one this time of year. Shit. I'm not going to stay on here for risk of losing my monetization, what I call it in private. But it's like this is another one of those times, saw this kind of stuff at Oktoberfest in reference to Germans, where you run into, for example, a German man that wouldn't even give you the time of day at a bus stop, say good morning to you, much less a friendly smile. And now he's drunk, wearing some stupid ass costume, and he thinks he can like grab you. Enough of that. I don't go to any of that fest stuff anymore, and I definitely do not participate in these ridiculous carnival activities. More power to you if you enjoy them. Most Germans laugh at my detest of it. That's fine. I am laughing and judging you as well. No, I really don't like it. It's that time of year. And I feel like at any moment there's going to be a parade with clowns and them throwing candy outside. I never can get my head straight on when to look out for these activities. Oh, my cat is knocking stuff over. He's mad at me now. You need to learn how to drink out of a bowl like a regular cat. You know? All right. Yeah, I'm liking what we got so far. You know? Again, I don't think we'll finish this just like every time I paint. But we'll put it on the wall and we'll come back to it. Oh, yeah, we need some more of that color in there. What they say was nitrous oxide. Oh, yeah, I like that. That's some good stuff. See, that's the fun stuff. Is like when you put something in there that pops. Like if I take like a little bit of yellow here and I go for like a darker area. And it's fun to just see like the pop of that color. I like seeing that happen live in front of my eyes. It's kind of like eye candy. Kinda. Yeah, it pops. I don't always get it right, but I can always go back to it. Maybe put some of this in this ring here. I feel like that ring, for some reason, is going to be more white and yellow. Yeah, we're getting it. It's kind of like what I was going for. There we go. Look what we've done together. Aren't we fantastic? Patty says, eine Zeit, der das unabhängige Kunst unterwegs ist, nicht der Genre festzulegen. I like that. I like that. That's a real artist, right, Patty? Like that's like a real artist, not just like bound to like one thing. They have a real like creative mind, is what I mean. Like they're creative all over the place, not maybe stuck in a genre. And then you said, Karneval als Kind okay, ansonsten nur Entschuldigung, sich hemmungslos zu besaufen. USA Leben says, I like it. Danke. Thank you, USA Leben. Thank you very much. I fear it's our future. But we're working on our fears here today at my channel, and I appreciate y'all joining me. Greetings, Connecticut. Ah, Connecticut. I used to live a few hours south of you in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. Not far from Easton. That's where I'm from. About a half hour, 45 minutes south of Philly. Technically, my little village was a suburb of Philly. You are not depressed. It's just a normal reaction to a not normal world. Yeah, but it's depressing. Man, my depression has been bad. I mean, this is, I don't like talking about that shit, but I'm learning through therapy. I should. Time and place is another thing. But I feel like, yeah, the world all the way around is just messed up. It is. It's just. And I mean, I think an emotional reaction is normal. I've also just been fighting with a bunch of other stuff. Like, just, oh my God, I swear to God, the German bureaucracy will be the death of me. And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way, so I feel confident in saying that. But when you're not feeling physically well and you have to deal with this German bureaucracy here, it is not easy. Like, I'm really thankful I got help, but I swear to God, this country has a fetish for making things difficult. And I'm just a simple girl, you know? Just keep things simple, stupid, you know? But luckily I got help. Anything I got to do here. And also, luckily, I mean, nowadays it is quite handy. You can find anything out online. Like in regards to being a foreigner in a foreign country, and you're trying to navigate your way through a complex system. I'll tell you, thank God for the internet. Thank God for the internet. I think. What do you think, folks? I think I'm getting that mushroom cloud shape I'm going for. You can kind of see that it's, yeah. You can kind of see what we're working with here. Oh yeah, that nitrous oxide. Let's see if we can bring some of this. I mean, I'm imagining this is going. So I'm picturing like actual streaks. Like that's what I'm picturing here. That's going. You following me? It's going. Patty, I will check out that Ren dude when I'm done. I will. Are you that Ren dude? Is this how you're introducing me to your music? No, I will. I check him out. He looks interesting. I appreciate that. I will check that out. Kind of like I'm trying to get like a smoky effect. I don't want it to be too perfect, you know? Yeah. That was a little too much there. That's okay. Once I blend it. See, this is the part where it starts to get fun. Like once I mean, for me, I don't know if it's any fun for you folks. Like once I've got like the basics laid down and I start trying to make it pop out, I enjoy that with the painting. Like I enjoy watching the different areas actually begin to like pop out and it really starts to take form. You know, what I'm trying to put on canvas. You know. And I will sit here and do this for hours. For hours. I need better lights. I sit here too long in bad lighting. Today I got a little bit better lighting. But I get up super early and I love to paint when it's super early. It's just quiet, no one disturbs. Yeah. Uh, yeah, maybe. Maybe they're going boom, right? Boom. I feel like I want to put some white, just a little bit of like I'll make the sound effects so you know what I'm painting. So here we're doing like this is the you know, the smoke's going. So if you're trying to paint along with me right now, that's the name of the stroke. This is the stroke. And it works best if half of your mouth doesn't work right. So you get that extra flap, that. Yep. All right. So again, how do I get this like? I want thinner lines. Maybe some yellow. It was all yellow. Came across. I want to get copyrighted. I know my singing is just so good. What a thing to do. We'll paint the new cloud yellow. Put here a stroke and here a poke. And down here it goes boom. Oh, what a thing to do. It was all yellow. Yeah. it might have been a little too much with that white, but we'll cover that up with some other colors. And like if I put some orange, some yellow on there, then they'll pop more because of the white underneath them. My musical alter ego is L.A. Lord. It sounds like Patty. That sound L capital L dot A dot B dot double dot LLOR. Sounds like something that I would see at a club in Berlin, and I feel like it would be very dark in there, and I would be hesitant about entering. And I feel like there would be a lot of girls with bangs cut way too short, yet somehow they were able to carry them off. I feel like they would have specials on weird cocktails that I've never heard of. I'm just really talking shit now. La Bloor? Want to tell me what that stands for, Mr. Patty? Or where you came up with that? Does it have any meaning? I literally just put some red on my brush with no plan of where I was putting it. I just knew I wanted to put some red in there. Yeah, I like that. That came out good there. Maybe I want to make that more poppy with the orange. I got too into the yellow there for a minute. But like this smoke cloud going, because I'm guessing it goes with a boom from the middle, right? And so you got the initial explosion, right? Which is again making our earth crack. So I'm going to highlight again a little bit more with these lighter colors up against the darker colors. And I'm imagining that this smoke, and so I'm painting what I imagine looks like. Life's a bitch or life's a beach. Ah, I see what you did there. Life is a bitch. We all gotta do it. The good news is it ends at some point. Yay! Back to the nuclear cloud. Yeah, no, but I can bitch about Germany a lot. I could do that for days. Save that primarily for visits with my other foreigner friends. But honestly, I'm thankful, man. Again, like in the theme of the live stream, Depressed Girl Paints and how much time I spend painting. I'm lucky to be here. I wouldn't, here I get regular therapy. Like I can talk with somebody about mental health issues. And if I was still living in America, that wouldn't be possible. I would not be able to afford it right now. I know that for a fact because I still have friends and family there. And I have one or two that would very much like to get some therapy for mental health issues like depression. I think a lot of people are finding depression and anxiety. I bare knuckle box anxiety on a daily basis. But I think a lot of Germans don't realize what a luxury it is that, it's a possibility here. So I just want to reiterate that. As much as I'll talk to poo-poo on the Germans, I am still thankful. I can still appreciate the good things. Although I worry about your system, I worry about the direction you're going into, and I worry when I see more and more things looking like you guys are trying to become more and more like America, which is not at all what you should aspire to be. Definitely shouldn't be working with them. But I worry. I worry that sometimes Germany may go that direction, but I'm guessing, I don't know, I feel a little bit more reassured. You guys definitely have had historically influences from socialist type figures, and I think that was a good thing, and I hope that stays in this culture. I hope. But, capitalism rears its ugly head and tries to creep in everywhere, and unfortunately it tempts quite a few politicians. And I see that here too sometimes. Here you cannot afford it, and you should not, since whoa, what? Yeah, no, America it's really like I've got more than a few friends that really would benefit from being able to get therapy, from a licensed psychologist, therapist. And shit, typical America. I mean, there's a bunch of apps you can go on and pay a couple $100. I mean, they're just profiting like hell off of something that is a serious problem in America. I mean, when you look at a lot of for example, like mass shootings and stuff like that. Yeah, we can talk about guns and common sense and laws and stuff like that, but you need to really acknowledge you got a lot of people over there that are not getting any regular medical treatment, and certainly not mental, and they need it. They need it. I'll dare say the majority of the homeless in America are a result of that failed system. It's a failure since it's a failure to people with mental health issues. The streets in America are full of people that have mental health problems. They don't get sympathy. They don't get the help. Like, I really wish more Germans knew, like, just what a beautiful thing that is here. So, like, okay, I could hear Germans right now arguing with me, but yeah, but you gotta sit on a waiting list, and it's true. Like, if tomorrow I decided overnight I wanted to go see a psychotherapist, it's not so simple. I'm gonna sit on a waiting list probably for a year at least. However, in an emergency situation, it's here in Germany. You can walk into a hospital and get treated, and that includes mental health issues. That is something they really need to get their act together on in America. But capitalism, for-profit systems, they make money off of more than half of bankruptcies in America. More than half of bankruptcies in America are due to medical debt. It's ridiculous. I watched it with my own two parents. Both of my parents fought two different forms of cancer. Talk about bad luck. And they were just average Americans with average jobs, nothing fancy. And I watched them just go into debt trying to stay alive. And then like 2 years later, I moved to a whole different world and realized that doesn't have to be. And the politicians in America, they know that. Old Kamala and Genocide Joe. Anyway, they know they have relations with most of the Western world that have functioning. Sure, they've all got issues, healthcare systems, but instead they choose to continue to make it complicated, and they keep this for-profit healthcare system, which poor people die from. So it's, why are you depressed, Armstrong? I swear, I get like a survivor's guilt kind of a feeling sometimes. Yeah, making money. A for-profit system allows poor people to die. I say this over and over again. I made that video where I researched what this brain tumor I had would have costed me in America, and honestly, I wouldn't have gone that far. Because you need to understand the situation you're in. I was there working 6 days a week, working more than full time, not having even healthcare on my kid, barely having any kind of healthcare for myself with my employer. And you're punished if you take off of work. They can fire you if you take off of work. And it costs money to go to the doctor. And if you need an MRI. The last time my buddy in America had to go get an MRI, he has health insurance. Last time he had to go get an MRI, he had to come up with like $3,000 cash. I tell this to Germans, and they look at me like, are you fucking kidding me? No, I'm not. For-profit system allows poor people. So like I said in that video I made about my brain tumor and what would have happened if I would have been in America, I know what I was going through when I was there and working the way I did. I would not have taken off of work. I would have put off getting the MRI. I would, because how was I would have had to have a jar set up at the local newspaper shop so the community could help contribute, so I could have had and instead I'm in Germany and they tell me, oh, sorry, you're going to have to wait. This is that socialism that Fox News tells the Americans. I had a brain tumor and they made me wait. There were people that had things that their life was threatened at that moment, and I had a slow growing brain tumor. I wasn't going to die quickly. tumor had to go, but not right away. So I had to wait. What was it? It was like 6 months until my operation. And then I got not just two neurosurgeons in my head for the cost of one, but like one of them for this particular procedure, this rare ass tumor I had, he specializes it and does more than half of the cases in this entire country and has worked abroad in Canada and America. Very top of the line. I never would have been able to afford that guy in America. And I got that here. I got treated with humanity. I got treated like a human. It didn't matter to the medical system here that I was poor. I had a brain tumor and needed to get out. I was fine with waiting. And I mean, Jesus. I don't understand why the Europeans don't light a little bit of a fire, like the European politicians that so happily go over and meet with these American politicians. I don't understand, or even Canada for that matter, right next door. Even Mexico is universal health care. Why they don't like put a little bit of a fire into the American politicians' butts? Like tease them. Like what are you, like the richest third world nation in the planet? Yeah, you can't even provide healthcare like most of the Western world does. Most of the Western world. Like, what's wrong with you? I seriously wonder why they don't. Like when I talk with my average German friends here, like they've got questions. Is it really that way? Does stuff really cost that way? Will they let you die? And so I would imagine. If I was at some beer garden here and I ran into Angela Merkel, and her and I started a conversation, she would have the same generic questions that many other Germans had for me in the 20 years that I lived here. So why aren't they asking those questions when they're meeting with these American politicians? Why aren't, Schulze, this dude we got now running Germany, running weapons? Why doesn't he, when he talks with Biden, now I understand Biden may not be able to follow a conversation, but just humor me for the moment. Why doesn't he look at him and go, yo, bro, why don't you give your people health care? Like, why are you allowing poor people to die and be buried under medical debt? Like, why doesn't that conversation happen? I don't understand. I don't understand. But I do like what we have gotten done so far today. I'm enjoying this and I'm liking how it's looking. I'll even dare say I'm probably about 75 to 80% done. So we're pretty close to like what I want. Might be a good idea that I let it dry, set it to the side, and then once it's completely dry, like the next day, acrylics can take a while to dry. I'll come back in and do the real highlights. Try to make everything, do a glowing effect. You just kind of make the colors more watery and you make like a glaze. And I'm not pleased with this here in the middle at all. I don't know what I want to do with it, but I feel like I want a lighter color. Yeah, but what we were talking about, I mean, I don't know why I'm expecting politicians to do anything for the good of man. Really, I don't. I've lived long enough. I've paid attention to the news enough. I don't know why I even out loud wonder, why aren't they doing that if it would help so many people? I need to stop doing that. I need to stop expecting that. I swear to God, everything's about money. I'm sorry you can't see this right now, but I wanted to get some streaks going in here, and I need to have it up close. And at the same time, I'm having a vertigo spell. Because I was yelling. And now I feel nauseous. Isn't that great? Anyway, we'll carry out these colors here. And then we'll probably call it a day after I do a little bit of a highlight on my mountains. So I kind of want it like that. And I kind of want it like that. I want to blend, bring it down. A little more like that. Like that. It's even hitting that mountain back there. It's hitting this one down here, all that light. That light's also going to hit the ground a little bit, right? The scorched earth. We're setting up here. It's all cracked. Oh yeah, we're starting to get a little bit of a glowy effect. Just going to use up these last little bits of color I got on my palette, and then we're going to call it a day. Because if I'm honest, I'm not feeling great. Damn it. This too will pass. So I got a little yellow, a little orange, a little yellow, a little orange, the same colors that are going on in our little mushroom cloud. And they're raining down their toxic chemicals onto our beautiful little mountains. Onto our beautiful mountains, where life will no longer grow. Yeah, I like this. Carry out some of that up here. Yeah, I like that there. Over here. That's my timer. Right. We got 6 people watching, 12 likes. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I got a lot done for me today. Honestly, for me, for the way I paint, I feel like I mean, that the angry guy back there, I've been working on him for like well over a year. I'll never get him done, and I will sit here for hours and I won't see anything in the end. But I got a lot done today. Huh? I feel like it looks more like a tree. I'm going to have to look at some more pictures of like explosions. And I need some help trying to make the form of this, the base explosion, where it goes before it goes up in the, you know, I need to look at pictures like that. Yeah. All right, so we'll finish this. And then we're going to call it a day. It's not the end. We can always rebuild again, right, people? You know what I wondered when I was looking at the pictures of these? Like, who took that picture? And is he alive? Did he get cancer? Like, yeah. Right now I'm just scraping at the last little bits of color on here that I haven't used up. I put more red and more green than I used. More white. I barely touched the white and the black and the light blue. But I'm just trying to use them up, because otherwise it's just a waste of the paint. So like I don't want to leave them on here. Okay. I hate that. If even like I get vertigo spells, I get dizzy. If I go up and down. So bend over, pick something up, steps, a hill. But it's mind blowing to me that also when I talk too much or with too much energy, I will get a vertigo spell. Like it just comes over me. I feel kind of warm. I get like migraine feelings, headache, the eyes, dizzy. Like I feel cross-eyed. And little by little it comes on and then it passes. I will never get used to this. I take medication. It definitely helps with it, but I wish it would just stop, honestly. Let's get the top up here. So like I said, now I'm just trying to use the rest of this stuff on my palette, and I'm going to call it a day. And then our goal is we're going to let this dry. And then once it's all dry, then I will really come back in and try to make it really pop. That's when I want to come in with more of the much lighter colors. Like all of these yellows and stuff, they'll be duller once this dries. I feel like I need to Bistet, my cat. Bistet. You can't. He likes to eat my paintbrushes. You can't be eating paintbrushes, Bistet. I gotta look at a picture of how this in the middle here. I'm a little rough on how I want to lay this. Bistet. Say hi to the people. God, you're heavy. I'm not real pleased with this here. I feel like I need to do more smudging with my finger to make it look more smoky kind of effects. And again, it helps when trying to paint explosions if you make the noises. Like every time I do that, I feel like it improves my paint stroke. Helps me get a more accurate expression. Just like see, it hits right then, you know? I mean, you could try painting without side effects, but I make no guarantee to you that it will be correct, you know? Sometimes, you know, music helps us. Noise. Okay, I think that lighter kind of bone color I got going on in there, I want some of that towards the outside, but I'm hesitant. I don't want to do too much because I like the way the dark blue meets around the outside of the cloud. So I don't want to get rid of that, but I want a little bit more of that up here. We're going to dab it like a smoky effect. Yeah, right there. That's good. Make that a little smoky. And then there too. Yeah, I need a little bit more white. No, it doesn't even look. I've used too much of the orange and the yellow that it almost doesn't look like clouds. And I kind of think I want some shape. Yeah, I want some shape. Yeah. I like that. I'm taking my kind of like a bone color and I'm mixing it with just a little bit of yellow. Yeah. And these clouds are kind of like that. Again, trying to make that mushroom form clear. Just kind of smashing it in there. I like that. I gotta come this way. Oh yeah, I like that. That's going good. So we're gonna do a little bit more of that. Let's start it from the outside and push it in. Just trying to give me more of that mushroom shape. I'm trying to bring in the white, make it more cloudy looking. I swear it looks more like a tree. Like I painted a tree. I don't know. What do you think, folks? Do you see what I'm going for there? Can you see the mushroom cloud? Ja, trinken vergesse ich immer. Thank you, Tessa. Let's go back here. I don't want to dab them too much. I like them strong. Put some smaller ones in there. The same here. This is going to be a mess. This is going to... Remember, sound effects. We'll drag it down, drag it down, drag it down. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. Okay. More the shape of the mushroom cloud here. That's pretty good. Make it more white in the front to get the effect that it's rounded. All right, I'm about ready to give up on this, folks. How long have we... Oh, I did 2 hours. I am proud of me. I did 2 hours. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do 2 hours, but I did. I feel like I'm starting to really get the form I wanted. I need one. I'm liking this bone color. Smear them down. I'm just going to paint over that spot anyway, right there. Got to turn paintings upside down once in a while. Look at it from a different angle. Kinda. I'm not real pleased with the smoke ring in the middle here. And I swear this looks still more like a tree. But I like how it looks. Like aesthetically speaking, I feel like if you didn't know, if you just saw this in a blah, I don't know. What's that place called where people go look at art? Museum? Gallery? I mean, like, I almost don't need to say what it could be a tree, could be a mushroom, could be an explosion, it could be a lot of different things. That's the fun thing about art. Fun. But that's what I like about art. Like not necessarily what the artist sees is what the viewer sees. And sometimes the fun thing about art is like hearing what other people see and perceive from it, or even feelings, you know. Thank you. Yeah, the tree of knowledge. I was thinking that it does kind of. I feel like if I brought in more of the green vibes, like I happen to have a little green on my paintbrush here, I could very easily probably turn this into the tree of life. That ring would be in the way, and it's a little too perfect though. Like, I'm not a master at painting trees, but that's something I realized I was doing. I was making them too perfect, and no tree's perfect. They're real loosey goosey, you know. Oh, green bikini atoll. Well, Armageddon nuke tree. Yggdrasil, the Armageddon nuke tree. I like that name. I like that. If I could pronounce that, it might be what I call this painting. How do you pronounce YGG? How? What language? It's Yggdrasil. It's probably like J, right? It's probably like a J sound. Or is it really like you get Brazil? It's the Armageddon nuke tree. Yeah, Armageddon nuke tree. That's what I was going for. I used to hate that shit when I was younger. When I was like in high school and I was like drawing and painting, and somebody would come up and they would say what they see in my painting, and it was never what I was going for. And I would get very angry. Angry artist is angry. Oh, yeah, that orange is kind of what we needed there, right? Remember the nitrous oxide? I was saying that? The red brown? That was what we needed there. And here, too, it's going to be like, I feel like it's going to be all glowy. Like flamey glowy. Like, again, if you're trying to do this at home, sound effects are optional. They just assist me. See, I do this often. I think I went overboard with the red. It was a little too much of it. I don't know. Maybe in the end, when it's still dry, I don't think this red is too much. But I do tend to go overboard with the red because it is just a nice color. I always squeeze too much out on my palette. What if, hear me out, red mountaintops. Hear me out. Because heat, right? I kind of like that. That kind of looks neato. Oh, yeah. All right, now I'm just fucking around. I need to let it dry and come back to it another time. I can't believe I did that for 2 hours, though. Dang. My blender. Look, again, another reason why I love acrylics. They're water-based. They come off. Although I have a lot of sweatpants that are stained, but I prefer to think of them as decorated, painted on. I get it. But I mean, like even the shirts where I have like the paint, I could sit here and scratch it off or take nail polish remover, but I don't mind. I don't mind it at all. Either way, I think we're gonna call it a day. My head hurts. My skull is crushing my brain. I feel slightly nauseous. Kind of dizzy. Hello, Bob. Hello, Sabrina. U.S. Laban says maybe it will transfere the desert in a forest. Maybe. I mean, it can't be a tree. We clearly have barren wasteland where the earth it's so dry it's cracking. So it can't be a tree. Common sense. I mean, it can be whatever the hell you want. It's art, right? Like that's how art works. It can be really whatever the hell it is that you want. No, I'm pleased. Actually, I'm really pleased with what we got done today. What is today? Today is Thursday. I'm gonna try to do this again next week. I haven't figured out how to I don't know, maybe announce it earlier. The thing is, it takes me a while to get ready. Just mentally to set this up and do this and feel like I'm ready to do it. So what I'm getting at with that is sometimes I'm kind of impulsive with this. Like I'll wake up and I'll say I'm gonna do this today, or I'm gonna do this week. I'm gonna do a live stream while I'm painting, and then it'll get closer to the moment I'm gonna do it, and I get like stupid nervous. Like I can't even tell you why. It's not like any of you could do anything to me, but that's how anxiety works. But I want to do these more, so I appreciate each and every one of you that were here, the likes, the comments, the support. Just you watching this shows me support. If you happen to watch any of the ads that come up, you don't got to buy the crap, but it helps me if you watch them ads. Google tosses my broke ass a few cents. So that's what we got. That's what we're working with. Yeah, I appreciate all your help. I hope wherever you are, you're taking care of yourself. And I hope to see you all again soon. Maybe over the weekend we could do one of these again. But most likely next week. Next week is this horrible carnival celebration here. So I'll be hiding inside. But I don't know if it'll be loud because Germans and carnival and costumes and yelling and hello, yeah, hello. Oh, I hate it so much. I hate this carnival shit so much. You have no idea. So maybe at the very latest, we'll say we could meet back here and we'll celebrate our own anti-carnival. I don't know. Maybe I'll paint a clown or something. We'll go John Wayne Gacy for a painting session. I'll paint a clown. Yeah. So thank y'all very much. Don't forget to click like. If you're new here, you're not subscribed. Again, I'm an American living in Germany for way too long. Had a brain tumor a few years ago, disabled. And now I'm spending my time doing this right now. I'm just spending my time painting. And sometimes I'm going to come on here and do this. And if you want to join me because you're interested in paint or you just want to chat and you're lonely, either way, you're welcome here. And we'll do this again soon. So until that happens, make sure you all take care of yourself. Okay?